My name is Dave, and I welcome you to the 28th episode of Soul Ascension Insights, titled Be the 100th Monkey. In the excellent documentary by Dr. Stephen Greer titled Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, they speak about a series of experiments conducted by Michael Dilbeck and Kenneth Kavanaugh, resulting in a research paper titled, quote, Societal Violence and Collective Consciousness, Reduction of U.S. Homicide and Urban Violent Crime Rates, end quote. They would choose an American city and through public records establish the current population. If the city's population was 25,000, they would bring in 250 people, or 1% of the population, who were skilled in meditation. These 250 people would meditate and focus their intent on peace between all people who lived in this city, usually over a weekend, a 2-day period. They repeated this experiment many times in many U.S. cities. On average, each city saw a 2-day reduction in homicides and crime and even emergency room admissions by 30%. Although some may say a 30% reduction is not that significant, I say it's impressive for just 2 days of intent thought. I wonder what the outcome would be if they extended the experiment for 30 days. This experiment was conducted to test the validity of the 100th monkey hypothesis. Proponents of this hypothesis believe that if anywhere from 1 to 10% of a population each adopt the same mental awareness or behavior, say peace over war, this new awareness or behavior will spread mind to mind and become the new mindset or behavior of all the people in the region, whether they are aware of the change or not. As explained in Episode 6, The Power of Consciousness, Part 2. This change of awareness is possible because each human being is connected through the unified field of consciousness. The current population of the USA is around 346 million people, and 1% of that is 3.5 million people. I believe that if 1% of the U.S. population were to choose love over fear, we would transform our country for the better in ways we can't imagine. I've decided to set my goal in this life to be the 100th monkey. I want to be the one who tips the scale and frees the minds of people living in a negative state of fear. I will be there to uplift my fellow souls. I will live my life with gratitude for each new day. I will live my life spreading love to all who God chooses to put in my path. I will reject fear. I will reject hate. I will reject regret. I will reject anxiety, and I will follow the path of peace. I will at times fail. I will at times get caught up in the darkness and the madness. But every time I fall, I will pick myself up and stand tall on the foundation of gratitude and love I've built that can weather any storm. I want to join with other souls who also want to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I want to build a community of people who all want to be the 100th monkey, even if some have to fake it till they make it. Fake being happy, fake being joyous, fake being thankful, fake spreading love to all the souls you encounter in your life. Fake it till you make it. The universe won't know the difference. All it knows is the vibration and frequency you're pulsing out into the void. A positive frequency that if enough of us adopt, will spread mind to mind, becoming the dominant frequency on the planet, a frequency of love from the heart that will move us through the shift of the earth into the fifth dimension and an amazing life of abundance and love for all of God's creation. I believe we are so much more than we give ourselves credit for. I believe you or a powerful eternal soul who is inhabiting a human body for the experience and great challenge of a life on earth. I believe that each of us chose to incarnate at this time to witness and help create a new version of Earth, an Earth where great abundance is shared equally between all people. Inexpensive energy devices that tap into the field of energy all around us will free us from the endless hours of work just to pay for energy needed to run our homes and travel. Advanced healing technologies will eradicate disease, and new farming techniques will provide us with healthy food, free from the harmful chemicals currently allowed. A life where service to self has been replaced by a service to others mindset. These technologies and our new mindset will uplift all the people of the world. Hunger will be eliminated, disease will be eradicated, and we will finally have time in our lives to expand our spiritual capacities, which are our birthright. This is the future of our children, and now is the time for us to start living this new enlightened mindset to set the stage for great change. I can hear you saying that all sounds great, but your life is so full of stress, anxiety, and fear, you don't think it's possible to will yourself to a new positive mindset. I hear you. I know it's hard. I have 2 suggestions for you. The first is to avoid crime-based dramas on TV. I would be stressed and fearful too if I spent my evenings watching one human doing horrible things to other humans every day. I can't imagine holding a high vibration if I subjected myself to these negative situations and images on a regular basis. You know, they call them programs for a reason. The same thing goes for the many low-vibration, ultra-violent movies that we're subjected to. You could better use that time to follow your passion that I'll mention shortly. Second suggestion is a trick I use that I hope you'll find helpful. Imagine all the negative things in your life, all the hurt, all the regret, all the pain, the fear, the jealousy, the hate, all of it on one level of existence. Form a mental picture for each of these negative things. Now, imagine yourself on the level above, separate from those feelings, as if you're observing them from a distance. If you have negative feelings, situations, and people in your life that do not serve you in the highest manner, they don't belong on your level of existence. And when you stop giving these negative things your energy, they will starve and evaporate. Ultimately, this is and has always been an individual choice. You can expend your energy being fearful and upset, triggered to anger at everyone and everything happening around you. Or you can rise above the fear and anger of life's irritations and just choose to be happy. A famous quote that I've held close to my heart for many years is, "Those who anger you control you." Someone or something outside of you does not have control of your emotions. Only you control how you react to the things happening around you. Now, someone may try to goad you into reacting with anger, hatred, or sadness, and if they succeed, they have achieved their goal and siphoned off some of your energy. And having had success, they will surely return for more. But if you do not fall for their trap and do not give them the reaction they seek, they will be frustrated and move on to an easier target. I choose happiness over anger, hope over fear, love over hate, and gratitude over indifference. I hope you'll join me, and we will be the catalyst for the most profound change ever experienced on planet Earth. You know, I've recently started wondering if this waking up or consciousness raising that we've all heard about has nothing to do with expanding your mind through meditation or anything like that. What if waking up is about opening our eyes to the poisoning of our food, the indoctrination happening in our school systems, the manipulation of our financial system, the corporate takeover of our regulatory agencies that are tasked with monitoring them, the never-ending wars, and the 70 years of our secret government suppressing advanced technologies? What if waking up is about us finally acknowledging all of it, openly talking about it, and letting those in power know that we know what they have done and that we won't put up with it anymore? As I said earlier, I believe we all chose to incarnate at this time to experience and assist in the movement of the earth as it evolves and transits from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. All dimensions are made up of layers, like one of those delicious 5-layer cakes. As the earth transits through the different layers of the third and fourth dimension on its way to the fifth, it's likely we will see and experience unusual phenomenon not normally experienced in our layer of the third dimension. I believe this can be an explanation for the glitches in the matrix some people are currently reporting. Additionally, we are aware and used to seeing the living things common in our thin layer of the third dimension, but we are not familiar with the beings, creatures, and living things in the different dimensional layers we are passing through. And with everyone having a movie camera in their pocket, I expect we will see and film unusual creatures on our transit through dimensions. Now, this is nothing to be fearful about. It's just something to be aware of. As the earth makes this transition, we will move through the living space of an unusual creature who will be as shocked to see us as we are of seeing them. And that creature will phase out as we move past their dimensional layer. I say again, this is not an issue to be fearful of. Instead, let's enjoy, marvel, and rejoice at the amazing diversity of life living within the many layers of the earth plane. And since this transition has never been experienced before, I believe it is prudent to prepare for possible disruptions in our way of life. For instance, one thing the pandemic taught us is the fragile nature of our supply chain. It is never fearful to be prepared for emergencies. It's pragmatic. As a matter of fact, these preparations provide me with peace of mind. Storing water, food, and a way to cook the food is a good place to start. I have a small one-pot outside solo stove that burns paper and twigs as its heat source. Add in lighters, matches, a few tools, duct tape, and a hand-cranked radio, and plenty of books, and you'll be in good shape. Since we can go for a week or so without food, but only 3 days without water, you may want to get a couple of those thick straws that filter dirty water, as water will always be a priority. If public utility services are temporarily stopped, I'll reconnect with my neighbors. I'll share with those in need and barter with those better prepared and combine together in our common defense. Expect the best, but plan for the worst. Another excellent American adage. Have you been able to free your mind from the critical, mean-spirited voice in your head? You know, the one who hangs on to and regularly beats you up with regret. The voice that's quick to anger and is always looking for the worst in people and situations. You know, I'm all for being aware of our surroundings and avoiding toxic people. But if you're always expecting the worst, that's exactly what you'll get. Our reality is created by our thoughts because we are powerful, eternal souls who can create and shape our reality. It's probable that the current state of our world, with its inequities, division, hate, and war, is due to the majority of the people on the planet projecting and stuck in fear-based thought from the negative voice in their head. It's up to you and me to break this generational cycle of fear. If you're worried about the world your children will inherit, then let's change the world now. Let's stop regretting our past. Let's stop worrying about our future, and let's stop looking for our happiness in other people. Let's lead our life in the present with love and gratitude. Let's join with other like-minded people, projecting love and gratitude. And when there are enough of us in this high vibrational state, we will achieve the 100th monkey effect. Love and gratitude will become the mindset of all the people, even if they weren't trying to change. You and I will be the 100th monkey. Will you join with me on this most important of missions? We will be the souls who change the world for the better. And this high vibrational pulse of love and gratitude will expand out from the earth into the universe, and it will lift up all the life forms in our solar system and beyond. And that will end this episode of Soul Ascension Insights, the project that turned into Soul Ascension Insights YouTube channel and expanded ebook. Started as a challenge to see if I could write down some of the stories floating around in my head from 60 years of reading nonfiction books, which was a passion of mine. No plan or outline, just writing down the stories in my head. I had no expectation that I would do anything with these stories. I just wanted to see if I could tell a good story. A few short months later, I finished with 28 episodes and chapters that flowed out of me in the order they appear. It's like our friend Bashar said in episode 12, quote, "That sensation, passion, is your physical body's translation of the communication from your higher mind, telling you that this frequency, experienced as passion, is the prime frequency of your unique being. It's your compass needle, pointing directly to your magnetic north. As such, when you follow your passion by acting on it to the best you are able, with no assumption of the outcome, you will always be perfectly aligned with your purpose and your mission in life." End quote. I encourage you to follow your passion to the best you are able with no expectation of the outcome, and watch what happens. I hope you experience the wonder and amazement I felt as these stories flowed out. And when you finish one passion, find another and another. If you follow this plan, you will always be in perfect alignment with your life's mission, which will give you access to a higher state of knowing. Thank you for joining me on this journey, my friends. My wish for us both is to be the 100th monkey, uplifting our lives and the lives of every living thing on our beautiful planet Earth.